Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Bizchicks TV. Today is Tuesday. This is the place to be for tips, tools, strategy, everything you need to build a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And because it's Tuesday, the digital diva is in the house. She's going to help us take the hassle out of our social media hustle. And we need help. So, for you that are watching live on the replay, get a pen, get a paper. Let's get ready to learn with our very own TJ, Terry Johnson, online everywhere from New York City. TJ.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this fabulous Tuesday, this day where we talk about marketing strategies and trends and what's happening now. So let's get right into it because I feel like this is going to be a big conversation. So we're talking about the state of social media now because something happened. And I didn't think it was going to happen, but it happened. So we need to talk about it. Plus, what happens in September is that the financial results for the quarter comes out. So it's like, I think it's January, April, July, September. And it's a release. It's a financial statement release from the companies, and it goes into Wall Street and the stock and everything. So we had results from Facebook, not from Twitter, from Facebook, Google, Snap. So I want to go over this real quick. So Facebook, their Meta stock went down last week because of their report of a dismal third quarter. So their shares have fallen 25%. It's a level they said hasn't been seen in 2016. I think they fell out of the top 20 as far as tech stocks to invest in and recommend in. So they're saying Meta stock has fallen about 70%. So there's a reaction to that, and that's because of their ad revenues. Revenues fell 4% in the 3 months from July through September compared to the year earlier. Alphabet, which owns Google, they reported their earnings last week. They had a downturn in their revenue. It went down. It was $54.5 billion in 3 months from July to September, down from $56.3 billion the prior quarter. And also Snap is in there. They had a 30% plummet in the stock in this last reporting. Now, why is that important? Because we have to look at the health of these companies. Really. And so the big news was Twitter was bought. Elon Musk completed the sale on Twitter on Friday, October 27th, and things have just gone downhill from there in those few days. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Facebook. So now let's keep this in mind that we've got economic challenges, we've got inflation, they're talking about recession coming up. Interest rates are up, so people aren't spending as much on ads. And when I say people, I mean businesses. So if they're not buying ads on these platforms, that means they're reporting quarterly losses. Then remember that Apple put their little thing in where they let the users block ads. So that is another hit against Facebook. Not so much Google, but Facebook mostly. So that's why Facebook has this thing going on with the ad revenues. Okay, so now that's a little bit of the setup. Now let's talk a little bit about Twitter. So Elon Musk bought it. He owns it. It's now private. They took it off the stock exchange. Is no longer publicly traded, and he fired the current CFO, and policy chief officer. Now, he also fired them for cause, which means that they don't get that golden parachute that they signed, that paper they signed when they decided to become the heads of the company. He's firing them for cause, which means that he's found something lacking in their performance, so they don't get $50 million or whatever they signed when, their exit deal. So that's one thing that Elon's doing. He's also, and this is since Friday. He's given his employees a task to meet his deadline to introduce paid verification on Twitter or pack up and leave. Now, he's done this with his Tesla people, that they have to meet these quotas, and if they don't, he kicks them out. Now, let's talk about this Twitter thing where this is what's the latest. And we'll talk about it again on Friday, but he wants Twitter Blue. He wants them to change it, the subscription to $20 a month. And if you have a blue check, you got to pay it or you get kicked out.
Okay, wait. So the blue Twitter Blue is now going to be 20.
Yeah.
20.
Twitter Blue started at $2.99,
Then it went to
$4.99, and then now because Elon owns it, he wants them. This is what they're planning. Is Twitter is currently planning to charge $19.99 for the new Twitter Blue subscription. So they're saying that verified users would have 90 days to subscribe or lose their blue check mark. Employees working on the project were told on Sunday that they need to meet the deadline of November 7th, or they will be fired.
Okay, so are we getting some new stuff with the $20? Because they wasn't giving us nothing
for Twitter, for Twitter Blue, not Twitter
No.
Blue.
But they wasn't giving us nothing for Twitter Blue anyway.
But see, now he's putting a verified. If you have a blue check, if you're a verified user, which is very important to those people, I really don't care about the blue check,
Right.
but it's important to them. So now he's saying, well, if you want to keep that blue check, you're gonna have to get into Twitter Blue, and it costs $20.
Okay, I get it.
But Twitter stays Twitter.
Okay.
This is Twitter Blue.
I'm going to ask you another question about my stock.
Yeah, but all right. Look, let me show you this news story. So this is all since Friday. Things have Twitter just has been a whirlwind of this, that, and the other. So this story came out from Daily Cause. So they're saying this is Elon. Can you see that? Because I didn't go to.
I see it.
You can see it? Okay. All right. So I'm going to read this. Elon Musk supporters flood Twitter with the N-word following closure of the billionaire's $44 billion deal. So what happened is, since he bought it on Friday, all the races, all the hate speech, all the stuff, it is Pandora's box. They are just coming out and I've seen they're saying Donald J. Trump is back, but it's fake accounts. They're dropping the N-word everywhere. They feel like, this is what they can say. So one Twitter user said, currently belongs celebrated by thousands of Musk supporters shouting the N-word all over the platform. So they're saying you can do a simple search for it and you will see all the tweets. So we're not going to go into that. But this is his thing. His people, his followers that love that he bought it, they were all quiet, and Twitter was trying to stamp them down, the hate speech and the bullying. Now they're just coming out just willy-nilly, free for all, and this is since Friday. Now Musk has a problem with advertisers because GM said they're not running any ads, and the GM's a big corporation.
Right.
They run ads everywhere. So they're not doing that because, it's becoming a free for all where anything can be said with no consequences. That's what he believes in. Okay. So this N-word, other slurs, other marks against, society and culture and things that people believe in is starting to happen. And this is all since Friday. Today is Tuesday. There'll be more to come. This is the beginning of the end for Twitter. That's what I'm saying. It's going to be a slow death, but it's gone. The Twitter that we know no longer. What is that? The person you no longer exists. There's some kind of quote I'm trying to think. But the Twitter that we know and love of 2007, well, it's been going. But the people that were holding back the gate are gone. Musk runs it the way he wants. It's a private company, and people are coming out and saying all kind of things. Tachi's here. Good morning. She says good morning. And then Facebook user, any good news at all? Okay, who's Facebook user? We want to know.
Tell us your name, because
I think if you're in the group, if you're in the group post, it doesn't show us who you are. We like to know who you are. So, but this is a good question. Any good news at all? Yes. Yes, it's good news. But Twitter, and I hate to say this because I love Twitter. I'm a user of it. I like the fact that I can go and get boom, up to the date, minute news. I feel like I can't get that anywhere. I could go to Instagram and search, but it's more like when I go to Twitter, because of the people that I curate and follow my feed, I see business news, political news, a little bit of entertainment, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, because I curated that. So when I go into Twitter and I open the app, boom, it just shows me what I need. I don't have to search.
Right.
Whereas I feel like Facebook, I gotta
Look,
look
Facebook,
the
you need a machete to go through the weeds.
Instagram. I don't feel I've never used Explore. I'm just one of those people. I've never used Explore. So I don't go there. What I'm saying is I don't go to Facebook for news. I don't go to Instagram for news. I definitely don't go to TikTok for news. YouTube I do. But that's, YouTube's a different animal. Twitter was the only thing that where it was a conversation freely flowing and you can jump in and jump out and find what you need. Not saying that it's accurate news, because we have this issue with trying to figure out what's accurate and what's not. But there's a pretty good chance if I follow ABC News or something like that, I can kind of rely on it. Or if I follow Yahoo Finance and stuff like that. So it was like, boom, it was like there for me. So I feel like that's not going to be there, because Twitter's not going to be that place anymore. And over the weekend, there's been so many people saying they're leaving. Like, I'm leaving, like for real leaving. Like, not, okay, I'm leaving and then come back. And this is because Elon Musk bought it on Friday, and he's just not, he's doing what he wants to do. It's his toy now. So
Well, and then we still need to see how all of that's going to play out too, because I know they have been talking about laying off.
Right, he wants to lay off
people.
75% of the workforce.
Right. So I don't know if that is, you know what I mean? There's still stuff, there's still fallout.
No, it's still, Twitter's still viable now today, because I mean, I used it today and found out that, somebody was shot and this and that, some famous rapper, and all the stuff is there. So the conversation is still going on, depending on where you are. But this is the beginning of, like, it may take a year or two.
Right. This is significant change.
Yes.
And you've talked about this before. Don't just hold on and just hold on and thinking that stuff is not going to change.
Okay. Yeah. Tachi, thank you. It was a rapper from the group Migos. Right. And it was very traumatic, and they've got video and everything. So, but I'm not going to get into that, but it's just like, okay, I wouldn't have known about that news if I hadn't gone to Twitter. I would just been like, okay.
But do you understand? You've talked about this before, that stuff may be changing.
Yes.
All the time. We are not, Facebook is publicly traded, but it's still kind of owned by Mark Zuckerberg or whatever.
Right. He's the chairman, whatever. They have a board. It's publicly traded. That's why we pay attention to the quarterly earnings. That's right. Well, not everybody. I pay attention to the quarterly earnings, because that's a look into the last 3 months of the company, how it run. And it's not just Facebook and Twitter and all this. It's McDonald's, is whatever corporation you're into. If it's publicly traded, you need to pay attention to the quarterly earnings as a business owner, because it gives you insight into what's going on into that industry.
Right. And so but you told us that don't put all your eggs in one basket, because something may change. We might wake up on this Friday and Facebook decides it wants to go left, and we're just going to be.
Okay, so these are the things we talked about. TikTok may go away. It's still operational. There are rumblings in the background with the government as to what to do with it. Same thing with Elon and the Twitter deal. I heard the government is going to look into this deal. Who else did we talk about? I'm trying to remember.
TikTok, Twitter.
I think that was the two main ones.
Right. Because those are the, okay, well, with the government looking at the deal, now somebody in Twitter got paid.
Right. And also I heard that some of Elon's backers are MENA, which is Middle Eastern, North African, those countries. Again, the government will look into that. So there's just little things that I go, okay, TikTok is a juggernaut. Yes, we should use it now as business owners, because that's where the attention is. But don't bet the money, bet the farm all on TikTok. Facebook is here. Now, we talked about Facebook. I want to give you some stats on the Facebook from the quarterly report. So Facebook reports that a daily active people, DAP, was 2.93 billion on average for September, an increase of 4% year over year. Monthly active people, MAP, was 3.71 billion as of September 30th, an increase of 4% year over year. Daily active users, DAU, were 1.98 billion on average for September, an increase of 3% year over year. So you see that, compare it to them dropping out the top 20 of stocks, their revenues falling. But we talked about why that is, because it's ad revenue. So their earnings report is not that great for investors, but for users, people are using it. So if you so your DAU, daily active users, that means people coming on every day using it for, a set amount of time. So they really look at DAUs. So they're reporting that they have an increase of 3%. Now, who's on Facebook? Not Gen Z, Gen X, baby boomers. So if that's your group, use Facebook. Don't really, okay, revenue is down, blah blah blah. That has to do with ad revenues. And I said,
Right.
because Apple made their change in their operating system where us users, we can say don't track us. That's ad. They need to track. They need that data in order to serve. Saying you can reach this many people. So Facebook can't do that anymore. Also, the cookie tracking situation is still going on with Google. That's another way they use Google Analytics on the website to track people. Again, that's going down, but not so much as Facebook, the change with Facebook and Apple.
Right.
Okay. So,
got a question here.
Linus. She coming with it. We gonna get to this. This is why we're here. What is the best membership platform in your opinion? Okay, so we're gonna get to that. Just hold on. Let me make sure I got all the points that I wanted to make. Okay. Okay. Let me give you this quote from the CEO of Alphabet and Google. His name is Sundar Pichai. I think that's how his name. Sorry if I can't pronounce it right. He said, "We're sharpening our focus on a clear set of product and business priorities. Product announcements we've made in just the past month alone have shown it very clearly, including significant improvements to both search and cloud powered by AI and new ways to monetize YouTube Shorts. We are focused on both investing responsibly for the long term and being responsive to the economic environment." Now, let me give you this. This just came out. YouTube announced that healthcare professionals, nurses, physicians, and mental health professionals can apply to have their channels verified. This is very important because YouTube does not have that blue check system like that. It only has it for educational institutions, public health departments, hospitals, and government entities. So they announced this in the last, I think this was on Friday. They're going to include healthcare professionals to get their channels verified. They're doing this to limit health misinformation on YouTube. So what they're doing is they're allowing entities like this, now they're including nurse, physicians, things like that, to have themselves verified. And there's going to be a process that they have to be a healthcare professional verified with with their qualifications. They're going to double check that so they can get rid of misinformation on YouTube. YouTube has also released this username. You can now get your username where you can tag people easily. That wasn't there before. That's a good sign. Shorts is growing, and they're working. YouTube is pushing that. So, because Lennon said, "What is the best membership?" I say YouTube. Because YouTube, as I already said, YouTube is a library. YouTube is a storage space. You can go to YouTube and search for something and get a video that was done 7 years ago. Now, the information, like I said, I always like fresh information, but in this case, in YouTube, it's more of, and this is the advice that I heard about YouTube. You want to answer specific questions. Your videos Just my watch just okay. Little devices that interrupted me. So you want to have YouTube as your repository for information about your industry. Okay, and I know there's a thing about people not wanting to use YouTube, but we could talk about that later about the type of videos you want. But specifically on YouTube, you want to answer, not answer questions, specific questions. And I one of the videos I saw, they were mentioning, oh, I forgot. It's a video on how to drill a hole in a wall, and it was done like 12 years ago or something. How to drill a hole in the wall, done like 12 something, like old. The thing has made so much money and so many millions of views. And you would think, well, why do I need to watch a video about how to drill a hole in a wall? You just drill it. No, there's certain things you got to know. So this person has answered a specific question. They don't have to keep answering it. When people go to YouTube, which is a search engine, and say, well, how do I drill a hole in the wall? Boom. That's the first video because they've answered a specific question. So that person did it one time, and it's not even showing their face. They're, showing the drill and all that stuff. So that's why YouTube is growing. They're making changes to, okay, now they're putting verification in, and that's going to roll out slowly to beyond healthcare professionals. They're doing this methodically. So they're doing shorts, which is they're bringing the TikTokification in for the young crowd. They've made updates to their mobile app. Lots of updates. I'm gonna say I've never been a fan of using YouTube on the phone, but now now I'm starting to see, because you think people use it on the desktop, but mobile use is growing, so they're making improvements there. What else? Go ahead.
I think on Linus's question, now Linus, correct me if I'm wrong, were you talking about a community site? Were you referring to a community site where like Facebook has groups and that type of thing? And while she's answering that,
okay, let's talk about that.
Right.
Did you know? Here's another update. Did you know about the community tab? She said yes.
So she said yes.
Okay.
So the community tab on YouTube.
Let's talk about it.
Yes.
There's a community tab on YouTube.
Yes, there is.
It's hard to find on the desktop.
Yeah.
But if you're on mobile, it's easy to find. When you go to your feed, community posts are there all the time, but you don't recognize them. They're text posts with a graphic. That's a community post. They're easier to see on mobile. Why? Because mobile use has superseded desktop use anyway. So that's your community. So also you have other tools with YouTube in order to help you grow a kind of membership like community. So you have community tabs. You have you can what it is where you can regulate who leaves comments. You can block certain words. I block certain words in mine. So if they try to it won't even go through with comments and doing a live. Correct. On live, you can do a live on YouTube and have it subscriber only or no chat at all. But see, those are controls that are there.
Right.
There's some other things. What am I thinking of? Oh, they have a membership section in there where you set up where they can join
exactly
for whatever amount you set, 99 cents, $2.99,
where you can become.
That's the Patreon kind of feature in YouTube.
Right.
That's there.
So it is kind of what I believe Linus is referring to is the thing like Circle and some of the other platforms where you can set up stuff. We use Heartbeat.
Okay.
But
remember, your YouTube videos don't have to be public. You can have private videos. You can have unlisted videos.
Correct.
That's your membership.
Right. So if she's talking about a place where she can put the names and all of her data for all of the places, YouTube the community part of YouTube works.
Right. Now,
But
see, remember there are other tools. What is it? Not Clavio. There's another tool that a lot of people use. Not Thinkific. It's
right.
like that. There's one that's
Uh,
Bonnie uses.
Kajabi is one, but
Kajabi. That's it.
yes, but okay, I found Kajabi to be very, very brain surgery type situation. It is
But some
very,
people
very
love it. But there's lot what I'm saying is there's lots of tools where you can say, okay, I want to do a membership. Instagram lets you do membership now. It's called VIP subscriptions or something. I saw somebody
right.
on my Instagram pop up and say, oh, for $6.99, whatever the price was, join me in the VIP section where I give stuff that I don't put on my public.
So she was talking about bringing her people from Facebook to another platform, which is what
Oh,
we did
mm-hmm.
with Heartbeat.
Okay.
We still have our Facebook group,
Mm-hmm.
but Heartbeat gives us a little bit more.
Right. So that's where you have the Kajabi, think Kifit. There's tons
There's
of
a
them.
lot of them.
It depends. I will say this: it depends on what your goals are.
Right.
Specifically, like what do I want out of this membership group? Write that down, and then do a little research and see which one gives you that.
Yes, because you can talk about all of them.
Right, because
we went through a iteration of them. We started on Kajabi. I was like, okay, too much. It was too much. Kajabi
so
was
let me
overkill.
mention about Kajabi. Think about Kajabi is like having a website that has the other controls already built in for people who don't want to do it. I'm a WordPress person for years, so I know how to build that kind of thing for myself. It just takes time and technical knowledge. Some people don't want to do that, so they use Kajabi, they use Squarespace, they use Clavico as one, they use there's another one I'm thinking of, but there's all these little platforms out there that do that, and they're basically just websites that give you control over your membership. There's different ways to do it, so that's why I'm saying you need to decide, what do I want out of it? What is the most important thing? Is it the privacy factor? Is it the community factor? Or is it, you want to have lives, or you want to do this? So there's different ones that do different things. But I mean, as far as like social media platform that we need to be, I'm going in on YouTube. But I'm going to still do stuff on Facebook because it's not dead.
No, it's not.
They just got a little revenue issue. Twitter, I've been saying for a while, it's not, you don't really have to be there. It's just, I use it as a resource, as finding information and, hearing the latest talk among tech people or this people or that people. And I like to hear what they're saying because they give out their opinions. And I use that. But you don't really, and then now Twitter is really definitely on the out. It's sad to see, but it's on the out. I'm here to say it now. So I'll give it a year or two.
Yes.
Unless somebody buys it, who could buy it? Who do you think could buy it? I say Google, but I don't know how they would put that feed in there because I was like, okay, they already got the community tab. It's just people, you have to teach your people how to go in and use YouTube if that's where you want to go. And here's the thing about YouTube. It's hard to start a channel. It's hard to get views. It's hard, but that's the part of growing the community. Once you get people into your YouTube channel, they're there. They're not going anywhere. This is stickability.
Right.
Instagram was down yesterday. Anybody know that?
I didn't because I wasn't over there.
Instagram was down yesterday morning, or some people were banned, or something happened. I've said this time and time again. You don't run your business on Facebook and Instagram because once it's down, what do? You can't run ads, can't talk to your people, you can't make money because the site is down. Now, I'm not saying YouTube is not going to go down, but out of all of these things we've listed, YouTube has already been on the bottom as far as going down. That's like Google going down. It has happened maybe once or twice, but this is the thing. You got to have your own backup for that. So I'm saying about what's happening now, far as social media and the usage of it. And I've been saying a while that it's moving, it's shifting. The ground is shifting. You as a business owner have to pay attention and say, well, where do I want to put my effort in that's going to give me the most bang for my buck? My time is valuable. Do I want to go to TikTok? If you can do really quick, little thing, and we talked about this, put them up on TikTok and drive them to your YouTube, or drive them to where you want them to go. So in the case of Lennis, if she wants to drive people to her membership, which should be her goal, wherever it is, say it's on what was it, a Kajabi. Say it's on Kajabi. Say you set up your thing on Kajabi or Heartbeat, or so every place you go on social media should be your content talking about solving a problem, an issue that people have, what's going on in their lives, the conversation you're having, and say, hey, you want more help? We're doing a deeper conversation here. Always have a call to action. Call to action should be your email list and that place that you're driving them to. That's what everything should be about as a business owner. So because I talk about it, there's this influencer track. Good, love them. Hey, do your sponsorship, do your this and that, but they are tied to the platform. Instagram went down yesterday. Those influencers, could they reach anybody? Could they talk to anybody? Could they DM anybody? And I hear them all the time. They don't want to do email. Email's old. I don't want to do that. But one of the people I follow on Instagram he's doing a workshop thing in a week or so. He's on Instagram a lot. But I got an email from him yesterday saying, oh, Instagram's down, blah, blah, blah. But hey, here's the link to my workshop, November, whatever. Here's a 30% off coupon. So if I wanted to go to his thing, he could talk to me because he got my email. And I'm in his Discord, but he got my email. So that's just how it is.
You're going to need to have different places where people can find you should the ship sink. You need to be able, if something happened, hit me up on Discord. If something happened, look for an email so that your people know where you are.
And Discord could go down. I haven't heard of it going down, but it could. I'm just saying that don't tie yourself. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. And I think I wrote a blog post I got to get back to my blog. I think I wrote about that years ago when Facebook was going down, blah, 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 blah. And okay, what do you do? All right, so we got some comments. Mark.
Yeah, Mark. He said, I allow trackers knowing that they will get bored very quickly and surrender.
Okay, this is Linda's. Okay, yeah, Facebook. Then she says Heartbeat, not for me. Yeah, check them out. Donald. Okay, she says my numbers were weird. Then it came back. Numbers on Instagram,
Facebook, and probably Facebook. Email is necessary evil, especially if you have an over 50 demographic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they look for email. See,
they're in there. They check their email. They don't check social media.
Yeah. So have you seen the commercial where the dude was, the Geico commercial, and the lady was leaving a voicemail message, and he was asking the group, so what did she do wrong?
Oh, yes. I know what you're talking about.
I was like, okay.
I seen those. He was like leaving the number and the name, and it was like, you don't have to do that. Text message.
I was like,
okay. Some use free speech as a method of ignorantly expressing hate towards an entire people. Since some people blindly follow their favorite celebrity, it seems education in an entertainment format. Entertaining format is the way. Yes, infotainment is what we've been saying for a while. So. Yes. Now, the thing I say about free speech, we have free speech. That's what America, we built on that. But you don't have freedom from consequences. So you can say what you like.
Say what you want to, but you might still end up in jail.
If you want to see how that plays out in real time, follow the Kanye trail. I ignore him. But that's what happens. He went from $2 billion to $400 million valuation and good luck to him. So nobody's saying he can't say what he says. It's not. Society will check you. Those are the consequences, and you have to live with the economic fallout of that. So there we go. On Instagram when it went down yesterday. Yes. There was talk about Instagram may have taking some people down to take out the bots, or they reduced the bots. And so that was one of the things yesterday. But I'm just saying, do we want to rely on, I run my business on Instagram, I run my business on Facebook. Use Instagram, because these are, think about these are broadcast tools,
Yes.
communication tools. We had the smoke signals, then we had the telegram, then we had the Pony Express, then we had the radio and remember all that? So now it's social media.
And the thing was, something that you said was very crucial. All of those things, we always had a database. There was always names, numbers, and addresses and stuff, even when they
now name, address, phone number. So we talked about this before, and I just remember you used to go to the mall and there would be a card and there would be a giveaway, or they would give away a vacation. And what did you have to do to enter? Name, address, phone number
address,
on a piece of paper.
number. And they took that information and put it in their computer so that they could mail you stuff, and so they could call you, hey, you were interested in a trip. You're
on the hook. You're a worm on the hook. All right, Mark has a good comment. Mark says people don't understand that the First Amendment is about government interference with free speech, not freedom from consequences for abhorrent behavior. Boom, 100%. That's what it is. It's about the government suppressing your voice. You can say what you want. You can even go on YouTube and make any kind of video you want. Guess what? You will not make money on it, because YouTube is in the business of advertising. So they want family-friendly content that they can run ads on. This is what Twitter's problem is about to become. They are not family-friendly, even less so now. Advertisers are moving away. If you don't have ad dollars as an app, you are dead. We talked about that with Be Real. If you don't have advertising.
Okay, I got a notification yesterday and I was like, I am not doing that.
If you don't have ad dollars as an app, social media platform, you're dead. Dead.
Right.
Dead. And you know why I'm saying that? Because we've seen it. We've gone through this with the live streaming platforms we've been on. They all get on and say, oh, we don't need any money.
And we're going to keep it free forever.
We're funded. There's one right now called Fanbase. And I'm going to tell you right now, they're not running ads. Because I just saw, I went on because they were talking about it. And I just saw the founder, because I follow him. He's like, oh, we had another round of funding. I'm like,
so? And why would I invest and you ain't bringing no money in? That's my thing.
If you're not charging and you're not running ads, how are you breathing?
How am I going to get the return on my investment if you are not charging?
Dodger says, oh, fan base. I got a lot to say about that, but we're going to save it. Mark says Elon is about to have a rude awakening. Yeah, because this Twitter buyout of his is tied into his babies of SpaceX and Tesla. They're not independent. He may think they're independent, but they're all tied to you, Elon. So if you mess around, and he's always said controversial things and this and that, and he's going to hit a wall, and Twitter is his wall. He's going to try to unload this thing or kill it or something, because it's killing his SpaceX and his Tesla, and the government is looking at him because he's got Russian ties and he's got MENA ties. So the government is all about, they're not up to speed on tech. They're not, but they are about looking at, okay, is there spies coming in through here? Is what kind of deal is coming in from specific countries?
Right.
So he's got ties with them. So I'm just saying, it's just a thing to watch. Just like we watched the TikTok security, privacy issue. We're watching that. And you can't say that an app will die. It will die. It can die. India killed TikTok over there.
Yeah. India said, nope.
They like, it was the hottest thing over there in India. They was like, nope, pull the plug. Don't they usually start off without ads, and then as user numbers go up, they start ads? I remember at one time Instagram had no ads, but it's built up to the point that every fourth scroll is an ad. Yes, because Instagram was bought by Facebook, by Meta.
But they never started, they started doing ads some of the other places, like when we were doing our other video streaming stuff, they
Yeah.
never charged, but then they went out of business. They petered
Blab,
out. They didn't do
Smile
any
Time,
ads. Yeah.
Blab, Smile Time. Another one we did got bought out by Kickstarter or Indiegogo, one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Because and the reason why we're saying is because we've lived through it.
Yeah.
They come on, these founders, and they come on and they tell you, don't worry, we've got funding. The funding will run out because you're putting cash flow in and nothing's coming out. And there's a certain amount of time where a VC or a funder or whatever is going to say, where's my return on my money?
Huzzah. Yeah, that was the other
You're
one.
not charging and you're not running ads. There's no cash flow.
It's
So,
going down. See,
there's no huzzah. That was it. They got bought by somebody.
right. And so StreamYard came along, started charging you out the gate.
So real quick, I'll tell you a real quick story because I like watching Shark Tank, and I think I saw a video somewhere. I think it was it's not one of the recent ones, but these three ladies came on and they started some app called Coffee and Bagel about dating, and you had 24 hours to respond, and they asked them, well, where do you get the people to match up with the date? They got it from Facebook. I said, mistake number one, because if Facebook is down, you don't have any data. So number two, they were like, oh, we're good at raising funds. Because they asked them, oh, how much is your revenue? They're $1 million in a hole. Every shark closed their book. I'm out. Because there's no money in that. If you're not making any money as an app, raising money is easy. There's so many angel funds, VC funds. You can raise money like that. There's something called churn costs, and if you don't have a revenue stream, the sharks won't do a deal with you. So they had a real good thing because they were saying that they wanted this app because it made women feel safer, because the other dating apps, they didn't feel safe and scary. But see, that's the thing. If you don't have cash flow, if you don't have cash flow as far as people buying into it, it's not going to last.
Right. Because if I'm a VC, I want a return on my investment.
That's what they're wanting. They're talking to you because you have an idea that might have legs and they can help you. But if you're $1 million in the, well, they were like, what? Bye. And I laughed because I was like, you're asking me for my money, but you're burning up money. Oh, and the one of the girls was like, oh, well, we raise funds all the time. We get investments all the time. That's somebody else's money that you burning, Missy.
It ain't your money.
Right. Mark said, yeah, go ahead.
It will be interesting to see what happens when the social media platform that Jack Dorsey is launching. He said it'll be interesting to see what happens with the social media platform.
Yes, that's Blue. Yeah, that's Blue Sky. It's not a platform. He's trying to create a new protocol, which is based on not Bitcoin but the blockchain.
Oh yeah, because
that's not going to happen for a while, because he's not just making an app, he's trying to make a whole new protocol platform, which is harder to do. Not to say that he's not going to do it. It's not going to happen tomorrow.
Because he left Facebook and put all of his efforts into
Twitter.
No, I'm sorry. He left Twitter and put all his efforts into
blockchain.
He said, Linus, I guess, is saying, I guess they won if they were bought out. Maybe that was their goal, windfall.
Who was bought out? Twitter?
Twitter got bought out. So the money.
Yeah.
Somebody got them billions. Do we as stockholders get a check coming in?
Right. I wouldn't hold on to my Twitter stock.
Well, no, the point is.
No. I mean, when it was, to buy, when it was time to sell, they should have sold, because they holding on to Twitter as a long-term investment. I don't see it because.
Well, yes, I'm just saying. So when he bought everybody out,
right,
he bought out all the shareholders, right?
Right.
Might be getting $1 or two, right? Okay.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
let's see. And Mark says, any angel investors here? Feel free to throw me some cash. Your shoe.
Oh, we got some more comments.
And I think this is Linus.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Go
It's
ahead.
either you get the users to pay a fee subscription or advertising driven. Now, one thing we talked about, I don't know if everybody remember, but I mentioned a story that Facebook was making a division to look into subscriptions. There was a whole division. They had a whole CEO for that guy to figure out how they can move into the subscription model because they saw Twitter Blue and Snapchat Plus. So they're looking at it.
They're gonna have to deliver a whole lot of something for me to get up in there.
Right. We talked about it. So this is the thing. You have to look at, okay, social media, yeah, it's free to use, but there's operational costs, there's employment costs, there's this cost, there's that cost. So if the money isn't flowing from ad dollars, like Facebook has been, they've been flush with cash for the last 10 years. That was the place where people were running, I mean, millions of dollars worth of ads. So no, the changes that have happened, they're seeing their revenue down because it comes from ads. It doesn't come from payment. It doesn't come from subscription. So they need to offset that. And that's why I pay attention to a lot of little obscure stories. That's why I go to Twitter and I listen to what's going on and I see this, that, and the other, like the Blue Sky thing. And I looked at that and I'm like, okay, what they're doing with Blue Sky, what Jack Dorsey is doing, is he's gathering emails.
Mm-hmm.
Smart. He's gathering emails.
He didn't. And see, here's the thing: we keep. I know people think social media is free. It's not really free because you've given up your data
If
to
it's on the internet, if it's on the internet, server costs, operational costs, developers have to be paid, employees have to be paid, blah 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 blah. Those people have to be paid.
And so your data is being turned into dollars.
Yep. Yep. They use that data that you put in and they serve it up to people who want to buy ads. Now, Apple came along and put a, you know how many people say do not track me? I would say 99%.
If we have a choice, don't track me.
When it pops up, I say, don't track me.
And they tell you this little story before this is what we use. So you're going to get a question that comes up next. No, please allow the da-da-da. I was like, no.
Everything was good for Facebook before Apple decided to make that little change in their operating system on their devices, which is what Apple users wanted. And Apple said, okay, here you go, because that doesn't bother us. We get our money from the App Store. And you buying devices and you buying music and you buying apps.
And so did you know that you can turn off the ads when you're on a desktop with Apple? If you're in Safari, you can turn and go to reader view only, and all of the what is it, the videos and stuff flying and popping through when you're on a website, all that goes away. I was like, oh, this is genius.
Okay, so Jill is here. Hi, Jill. She says she forgot to put her name. Okay, StreamYard. Yeah, I think StreamYard changed it. I think it's if you're in a group. I think
that's a Facebook thing.
Yeah.
Facebook did something different.
Mars says, feel free to pay Elon $19.99 a month for blue check. I'll remain free and unchecked. I'm with you, Mark. So this is the deal. I was saying that change was coming. I didn't know how it was going to happen, but here it is. Elon brought it in with Twitter. So TikTok, Twitter, they're on shaky ground. TikTok is still strong because there's not much not momentum,
evidence?
but no, not evidence. There's plenty of evidence about TikTok and what they're doing. It comes out every week.
Ain't nobody pulled the
there's not a consumer fire under it because the kids love it, Gen Z love it, everybody's using it. Business owners are seeing opportunity, great opportunity with TikTok. So that's why it's like, okay, it's a simmering pot, I'll say.
Oh, it hasn't boiled up yet.
So I'm not saying not to use TikTok. Use it, because use that momentum. That's what I said. As business owners, social media is a tool that we use to get attention, to drive people that could be potential customers or clients to our place. That
Right.
could be email, yes. That could be Kajabi, yes. That could be your website, yes. But something that you're paying for, not driving people from YouTube to Instagram or Facebook to YouTube or this or that.
It needs to be off-site. Take them off-world if you are a sci-fi person. Take them
And if you
off-world.
want to do this easy, my suggestion is just do email. Because once you got their email, you can talk to them any way you want. You could say, "Hey, glad you joined my list. Here's a freebie that you down." You could give it to them in the email. You could say, "Download it from here." You could say, "Join my membership for free and get this free resource." And then you got them in your membership. And then once you're in there and you see them using it, because there's analytics and tools that show you when people are coming in and what they're looking at, you could send them another email saying, "Hey, you looked at blah blah blah. Here's a 10% off coupon to join the first membership, or here's a free month." Or see how that flows, that conversation flows from just the email. Name an email. Name an email. I will say, if you can get their phone number, do it, because Fran, they had the whole workshop about SMS.
Yep, it works too.
So if you can get it,
And here's
get
the
it.
thing, if people are following you because you have such great content and you deliver such value, they will give you a phone number, they will give you an email, and they know that they can trust you with it. So
There's only a few people I follow when they ask to join my text club or to join. I put my number in, one or two, because
right,
that is the last ring for me. I don't want text messages popping up on my phone, because I got to set up where I don't want any. It has to be important to pop up for
right.
me.
And
So
I don't like people who violate trust. Like when you
right.
buy something, sometimes when you buy stuff, you're getting, don't send me. I bought the pair of shoes. Don't keep sending me
Yeah,
stuff.
don't
I'm not buying
bombard them.
shoes every
Don't
day.
don't
Come on.
bombard them. Also, I've seen lots of people lately. They will make that phone number mandatory. Don't do that. Make it optional. Make it optional.
Right.
But they might fill it out. But if you make it mandatory, I'm not. I'm like, I think about it. Do I really want this thing?
It's a rebellion. It's kind of like it just like, no, you don't force me to do anything.
So here's a real analogy. Facebook has that. You can tag if you have a Facebook group, you can tag everybody with everyone, but it comes as like a personal response from the owner of the group, and it's caught me several times. And I'm like, don't catch me like that, because I'm thinking that you personally tag me, but it's an everyone tag, and I've seen a lot of complaints about people not wanting that to happen. So
Now
use it sparingly.
I get a text from Gary V.
Yes, him. I get Mario Armstrong. Like I said, there's a handful.
Okay, and he does not bombard you with a bunch of sales and stuff like that. He says, "Hey, you know what? You can have a good day today. Just something to uplift you for the day." And I was like, "Oh,
Right.
and it was a welcoming."
And he doesn't do his everyday. Mario doesn't do his everyday. Mario uses his text club. He calls it a text club to let us know when he's going live on Instagram. And he
Right.
doesn't go live all the time. So, and
Right.
usually when he goes live, he's got a very valuable message to give us.
So
Not selling anything.
So what I hear you saying is that you use the text message when there's something important for you to say.
That's
just
your VIP inner circle, top level. This is the secret club. Everybody ain't gonna get this message. I'm about to give you something valuable. And why they join is because they know that you've given valuable stuff in the past on your social media for free.
Right.
For free.
And they will be, and they Mark has another comment here. He is so funny.
Mark,
I'm gonna let you go with this one.
I'm gonna hold for a discount. I'll give you my number for my promo code that I'll subscribe. See, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, this is real good, TJ. We really need to. That's why you should. Hey, Linda.
Hey, Linda Bird on YouTube. Yes, she's doing it on Instagram and YouTube. Follow Linda.
Right.
Facebook. So she says, can anyone use the money feature on YouTube? You mean the
Where people can
you
become
have
a
to
member.
be, let me check, but I think you have to be in the YouTube partner program.
And I think you have to have 1,000
You have to have 1,000 subscribers.
subscribers.
Yes, you have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours watch time. When you look at your YouTube analytics, you can see that. Also, YouTube will send you an email when you reach that level, so you don't have to keep checking it. They will send you an email saying, "Congratulations, you've
Congratulations.
got 1,000 subscribers and you've done and they will let you know."
Right. And then, yeah, Dr. Tachi
Yes,
says
1,000 followers
subscribers.
and 4,000 hours watch time, and they added on YouTube Shorts. If you do, is it 1 million views on your shorts? I think it's 1 million views. I had to check, but that's something new. So that's why I'm saying check out YouTube. It's a slow growth.
It
It's
really
hard
is.
growing. It's
And
gardening in hard soil.
right. And so you have to keep watering it and watering it and watering and keep asking people to follow your YouTube. So what we're going to do here, we're going to ask you to follow TJ's YouTube,
Yes.
follow Bizchicks YouTube. You can
Mhm.
follow my YouTube. I got my handle. Woohoo! At
All right.
Francine Gregory, I got my
I
handle.
think one of my clients, I got the email saying to use the handle, so I got to go over there and make sure. So
Yeah, and I'm still waiting on our
I'm
handle at
saying,
Bizchicks.
and I've said YouTube for a while. It's just that people don't. It's hard soil gardening. I guess is the analogy I can.
Yeah, and
Or
yeah.
Deep water swordfish fishing off the coast of marlin fishing off the coast of Florida, whatever the hard fishing thing is.
Yes, but it's well worth it. So
But once you do it,
yes. So here's the thing: follow one another's YouTube channel to help us all grow. You understand what I mean?
Right.
Get in
I'm
there.
not saying don't use Facebook. I'm not saying don't use Instagram, Twitter,
No.
or TikTok. I'm saying if you're putting your hard earned time and effort in as growing a business owner, I think it should be YouTube, just
Right.
because of longevity and the return on your investment. So.
I use my YouTube shorts for the real estate stuff that I do. I created a channel, the home buyers channel. I decided, let me just focus in on buyers and let me just not be all over the place. And I'll do some shorts. What is
Don't overthink it. Don't think you gotta have high. Some of your videos, yes, high production value, drop this and that. But your shorts, do quick and I'm in the moment. This is what I want to say. Put it up and let it go.
And if you need help, we will help you. TJ and I can help you create shorts. It is so, I figured out a way. I cracked the code on shorts on how to create a short that you can put on YouTube. You can put it on Twitter and you can put it on Instagram.
Yep. So that's what's going. This is the state of social media as it is today, in my opinion, in my head, from reading the news and opinions of what's going on. And these are my opinions. I mean, I could be wrong.
Not likely, because you've been hitting the mark.
I wasn't going to say it. I've been saying a whole bunch of stuff that came out true, and people were like, "Oh no, that's never gonna happen." I was like, "Okay." I just sit back and I go, "Okay," because I seen it. Like I said, we talk about the live stream platform. We've seen it. It's simple. Business principles are simple. The tools change. That's all it is.
Right.
That's all it is. So if you want, you want to keep up with me and what because I got to do more stuff on my personal stuff because I'm really busy with my clients keeping their stuff together. So I really let my personal stuff go, and I got to, put the oomph back in it. So
right.
I'm with you. I'm with you. So.
Right. I follow TJ's Discord. If you want to know what's ever happening in social media or digital marketing or anything, I get the notification on her Discord. It pops up and it tells me Twitter is doing this and such is doing that. And I'm like, okay, that's really good. Whatever you're interested in, here's the thing, be wherever your people are.
Okay. So, and the link to Discord, I forgot to do it last week. It's going to be on this link, terryjohnsononline.com/info, INFO. And if it's not there, I got to make sure I put it up today because I think I promised last week to do it. Because the Discord link, I can generate a link, but it only lasts like 7 days
7
or
days.
something.
Yeah.
So I got to find a permanent link, which, again, time-wise, I'm running out of time.
But you can always come here and get your questions answered. Like Lennis had a question about what circles to
membership.
use and membership
Right.
sites to use and that type of thing. We will go out and scour the internet and help you find whatever it is.
Because there's so many tools. There's so many combination and permutations. It's really about making your strategy, and the part of making a strategy is your goal. And then everything has in line with that.
Yep.
And I know there's a lot of information out there and you get overwhelmed. That's why we're doing this show. That's why we're here talking about it. So,
yeah, we've lived through quite a bit of it.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
so
well, good. I'm glad everybody was here. All the questions. Thank you for the comments. We really appreciate it. So just, follow me, follow Bizchicks, because I got things in the fire that I'm like, okay, I put down and I got to make sure I put them back in and get them hot. So you want to make sure that you're on top of it. And thank you for mentioning the Discord. So that's probably what I'm going to put everything that I'm going to do in the Discord. There will be stuff here and there and everywhere, but Discord is where I'm going to try to concentrate like everything there as a hub. It's a hub. So,
right.
And if you need help with, understanding Discord or using it, let me know. Send me a DM. I'll help you. No problem.
Right.
And Linda knows because and matter of fact, real quick, I was looking at what Linda was doing. And I was like, Linda, you need to do it. And she did it. And I'm like, so
we like it when they take
you did it all.
Do it. Just run and do it. So thank you, Dr. Tati.
You're welcome.
To join Bizchicks, now there's two ways of doing that. You can text Biz to 33777. And the other way is to just go to bizchicks.net. And Lennis, go check it out and tool around in there and see what you think. We are still making our community, working on getting stuff ship shape for you.
Right.
So
it's a work in progress. And we're here to share information and tell you that it's doable. It's doable, and we're doing it. There's no perfection here.
Right.
We're doing it too. So
that's why we go through the speed bumps and we hit the potholes and stuff so we can tell you, hey, look out for this when you go in. Yeah.
Right. And if you got a question, DM me anywhere. I check them all. Wherever you want to DM me at, it's fine.
So we just want to say thank you for tuning in. We will be back next Tuesday. Coach Karen will be in tomorrow talking about money mindsets and bringing some profits in daily. Let's just have fun.
There's a link. I put my link in there. Can you see it? It's terryjohnsononline.com/info.
Okay, and Lennis. Okay, I wish.
But if you're on Instagram, Terry Johnson Online. If you're on Facebook, Terry Johnson Online. If you're on YouTube, Terry Johnson Online. Just find me wherever you want and just send me a comment, a message, or whatever, and then bizchick.net.
Hopefully, we'll have our YouTube handle. I was like, and there's no random way because we got stuff that I had channels that are brand new.
We got little pieces. There's little pieces of the puzzle everywhere, and we got to put it together and say. So that's why I did I said I'm moving to Discord, and everything will be there because I can say go here, go there, go there. But if you want my Discord, it's terryjohnsononline.com/info. If the link's not there, I'm gonna put it up right now because I will drop. I will drop it and. Because there's so much information and stuff to follow and keep up with. But thank you guys. Thank you so much.
We appreciate you. Looking forward to next time. And remember, it's okay to make money in your business. And don't forget to go.
Join us on Friday. Don't forget to Tech Fridays because we talk more about.
There's going to be a whole lot to talk about on Friday.
Yeah, there's going to be more.
All right. Bye. Go to the front of your own line. We'll talk to you soon.